And I'm going to hit you with a quick video today. Now, a lot of people will tell you what you should do after a fresh cut. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you some of the common mistakes that rookies and vets alike make after they get a fresh cut, all right? Now look, in order to explain this fully, I'm going to show you the current state of my pattern, all right? All right, so it's obvious that my pattern is a work in progress, right? Exactly. So I need to utilize this time wisely in order to make sure that I'm making the most progress as possible during my next wolf, all right? Whether that's 3 weeks or 12 weeks, regardless of how long you're wolfing, you need to make sure that you're solely focusing on the areas that you need to improve on, all right? So what does that mean? Well, if you look at my pattern, you can see that my right side is my strongest side, all right? My connections are almost flawless on that side. So the last thing I need to do is focus on that side too much, all right? That's the most common mistake. When people brush their hair, they are putting the same amount of attention on all 4 sides of their head. But guess what? You can't do that. If you want to progress, you want to make your pattern look as nice, as clean as possible, you need to be focusing most of your attention on your weakest areas, all right? So look, if you look at the top of my head, you will see there's an area in here that I really need to focus on the connections on. All right, so that's step number 1. If you look at my crown, you will see that there's a lot of room for improvement on my crown, right? I made a lot of progress in that area already. I'm going to make a separate video that explains what I've been doing to close up my crown, but there's still a lot of room for improvement in my crown, all right? So step 1, how do you do that? How do you focus on your weak areas?
Well,
mark my words, you have to understand one thing. Just because you're focusing on your weak areas does not mean you neglect everything else, all right? If you're going to be having an hour-long session, spend 30 minutes of that focusing solely on the areas that need to be improved, all right? I'm going to spend the first 15 minutes solely focusing on the top of my head and the crown area of my pattern, all right? After that 15 minutes is up, I'm going to spend 30 minutes working my entire pattern. And in the last 15 minutes of my session, I'm going to spend that focusing solely on my weak areas as well. My top and my crown. So that way you're still focusing on your entire pattern, but you're spending at least half of the time that you're brushing solely focusing on your weak areas, all right? So that's mistake number 1. Spending the same amount of time on all of your sides as if your weak side doesn't need the most attention. That's like being a basketball player, being right-handed, being right-hand dominant, and only focusing on driving to your right side. How do you ever expect your left side to get better if you don't put the work in to make sure that side improves? All right, that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is
not knowing when to cut your hair.
Now, I'm actually going to be doing another wolf, another lengthy, decent length wolf this go around, so I can document the entire wolf, show you what I'm doing in every single stage, the adjustments that I'm making, the angles that I'm changing, all of that. I'm going to bring you all of that so you can break forth, you can improve different areas. We got it coming. So all you got to do is stay tuned and you're going to see it all. Not everybody needs to go on long wolves. So if you're at a stage in your pattern where a long wolf may not be beneficial to you, don't go on a long wolf just because your favorite waver went on a long wolf. All right? So knowing when to cut your hair is the second most common mistake, all right? That's mistake number 2 that waivers make after a fresh cut. Find your weak areas, find out how you're going to attack your weak areas, and get after it, all right? This is your boy Lorenzo, aka Mr. Never Sleep. I hope these tips were helpful to you. I hope that'll help you improve your waves, take your pattern to the next level, because remember,
your pattern is only as strong as its weakest link.
Y'all be easy, y'all be safe. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.